Hey, what's up you guys? My name is Kate and I have tried 3 weeks of intermittent fasting, and I actually did something called the Warrior Diet, which is kind of like an intense version of intermittent fasting. You can check out my video on the Warrior Diet, I'll link it below. So this is my results video, so let's get into it. So first of all, I want to say intermittent fasting is way easier than I thought it was going to be. It's not hard to not eat when you know that at a certain time you can start eating. For me, mentally, it was a lot easier than counting calories, a lot easier than the Whole30, a lot easier than other diets I've done, because I knew there was like a set point where I could start eating. And honestly, me as an individual, I don't usually get hungry until later in the day. Like naturally, I start to get hungry about 11 o'clock. So with the Warrior Diet, Warrior Diet, I feel like I'm saying that weird. I started eating at 4 p.m. and then I would stop eating at 8 p.m. During the rest of the day, I would just drink water. I would drink a lot of tea. You can drink coffee, like black coffee if you want, but I'm not really a coffee drinker. I will say it was pretty hard to go until 4 p.m. But this is a really long split. Most people that do intermittent fasting have a much wider window for eating, usually like 8 hours or 6 hours. So 4 was kind of extreme, but honestly, it wasn't super hard. It was doable. I actually had like 3 or 4 other girls at work doing it with me, and it was a lot of fun to do it that way. We would kind of motivate each other and be like, oh my gosh, we only have 1 more hour till we can eat. So shout out to my ladies, but that was a lot of fun. So during this whole period, I actually did not weigh myself. I am the kind of person that if I don't see results after I've been going about a week, I get like depressed and I like overeat, and I'm like, oh, just screw it. So I decided not to weigh myself through this whole process, and then just to weigh myself at the end. And honestly, I really recommend intermittent fasting. I think this is a really, really good diet for anyone that is able to fast, and it's really effective. And there's a lot of science that goes into fasting and reasons why it works, and I have a few videos on that I will link below as well. So pros are you can eat what you want on this diet. A lot of people like to go like low carb. They'll eat kind of like keto, like a lazy keto diet while they're doing intermittent fasting, because it keeps your body in a fat burning state. That's kind of a bonus, is you can kind of be like lenient with what you eat. Another good thing is that it's actually not that hard. You can set your own hours and do what works for you. If it's hard for you to go until 11 o'clock, start at 10 o'clock, start eating at 10 o'clock and then eat for 6 hours and then stop eating, or 8 hours. And then in a couple weeks, you can cut down your window and you can kind of go less and less time so that it's not as much of a shock to your system. This was a good diet to do around the holidays because I could still sneak in like a little Christmas treat or something, even though I was still adhering to my diet. And I was still like feeling good. Every morning I'd wake up and my stomach would feel super flat. I would feel lighter. I would feel like it was working, and like I was feeling healthy. I felt less bloated. Yeah, I'm really excited about intermittent fasting. However, I did have a giant negative, and I'm gonna get into that now. So when you fast, there is like a keto rash, or people tend to have like detoxing and they'll get acne. You guys, after about 2.5 weeks, my face exploded. This is the worst acne I have ever had in my whole life. And I honestly don't think it was a detox thing. I think it was a hormonal thing, because I've had like detox things before where I kind of get like little bumps on like all over my face. This was like cystic acne, like along my cheeks, like down here. You can kind of still see it's like still kind of there. It was so bad. And honestly, this is the worst acne I've ever had. I really feel for people that have a lot of acne throughout their life. Cause I mean, I've like had acne before. I've had like acne here or there. This was like intense, really, really bad acne, and it was raised and it was painful and it was like you couldn't cover it up, and I was depressed. It's actually been about 2 or 3 weeks since I stopped intermittent fasting, and I know a lot of people have been waiting for videos, and I'm sorry I haven't been updating, but honestly, I was like depressed and I wasn't eating well. After my acne got super bad, I kind of just like said this isn't working for me, and I stopped intermittent fasting. And honestly, I just ate really bad. I ate out of control. And the crazy thing is, when I started eating again, my acne started going away. And so honestly, I think this is a hormonal issue. I think I have high androgens, and I think my testosterone and my cortisol, and I think my hormones are having issues. And I think this diet, waiting so long, kind of put my body into a shock and like shocked my hormones and perpetuated my issues. So I've made a doctor's appointment. I'm gonna go and get all of my levels tested and my hormones tested and kind of get into more of that. And if you want to kind of stay on that journey, let me know in the comments if you want me to keep you updated with that. But we'll see how it goes. It's been kind of difficult, but it's going away. I'm getting back on the train. And guys, I don't want this to scare you away from intermittent fasting. The majority of the people, when they intermittent fast, it clears up their acne, and it actually does the opposite, and it makes their acne go away. So I don't want this to scare you. Everybody's body is different. And my plan is actually to continue intermittent fasting, but I'm going to widen my eating window. I think I'm gonna do 6 hours of eating instead of 4. And I'm gonna do it earlier in the day, start earlier in the day, and see if that helps. It's also kind of taken me such a long time to post this video because I didn't ever weigh myself. Once I started getting that crazy breakout, I was just like, I didn't even care, and I started eating badly, and I never weighed to see how much weight I actually lost. So I kind of feel bad because this wasn't really a good experiment or good results for you guys. So I'm gonna start intermittent fasting over. I'm gonna do this diet again. I'm just going to not do such crazy times, and I'm also gonna go to the doctor. If you have any experience with these issues, let me know. I honestly, like, my heart goes out to people that suffer with really severe acne, because I got a little taste of that, and it's I mean, I don't even know what to say. It can be really emotional, and my heart goes out to you, and I hope you find something that works for you. And I know that there's an answer and a solution for your body, so don't give up. If you're trying intermittent fasting, let me know how it goes. Let me know if you have a similar issue to this. I'll keep you updated with my doctor results and also with how I go about intermittent fasting moving forward. So like this video if you liked it, subscribe if you want to. I am doing 10 different diets for 3 weeks each, trying to lose 50 pounds, 50 pounds. This diet I'm doing for 6 weeks because the first time I failed, but I'm not giving up because I really like intermittent fasting and I'm trying again. Have a good day, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye.